So in this portion, I'm going to show you how to connect your E88 drone. So you have to turn off your SIM, which is very inconvenient, and then you go to your Wi-Fi, you make sure your drone's on, your controller's on, and then any second, here we go, Wi-Fi UFO 129552. Tap that and make sure it's connected. It's connected, but it doesn't say it's fully connected. So then you go over to your app, click on your app, and then we press start, and there we go. And it's connected. Looks a little rough, quality is not the best. But yeah, that's how you connect your drone, and there's a bunch of different features to it as well that you can use, and I'll show you that on the actual phone itself. So yeah, that's how you connect the camera. So now let's go into the actual features itself. And I don't know what the peace sign is for sure, but here you have some music, and you can select from some different times. Just just basic music, nothing crazy. This you can zoom in actually. I'm pretty sure that's what that feature is. When I go outside, I'll show it a little more. But that's pretty cool. You can also switch the camera if you want the ground view or your actual view for your face. Depending on what you're recording. And as well is they have a controller on here. Now, when you want to set this up, you can't turn on your actual controller. You have to turn on your drone first, and then once you turn on your drone, from there you actually use the app on here. A little rough, pretty sick, but it does work. And then we have a 60-100% button. I don't know exactly what that does for sure. That doesn't really tell you, but you have a bunch of different features with the actual controls, and I have tested it. It does work. And then you can switch and invert the camera angle if you want. You can go upside down, and that works for both the cameras. They do have a VR setting. If you have the VR, you can get into VR, which is pretty nice. But I don't have that right now, so we're going to avoid that. This is to get into your old clips and stuff and your pictures. And then that's to pick if you want to record or film, and it's recording, so let's hope it didn't mess up this record. But yeah, that's it for that part. Let's take you guys outside. Alright guys, so in this portion, I started flying the drone, and this is the actual recording from the E88 drone itself. This isn't the screen recording from my phone. I actually have that on here as well. Now you can't really tell, but it does get choppy as you go farther, down. I was able to get maybe 20-30 feet, but I wasn't able to look at the actual camera, on my phone. I'm not the best at that yet, but once I do get better, I'll probably be able to. But for what this is, it's actually pretty nice. Look at this go. It's going pretty fast. I'm probably about 10 or 20 feet away at this point, maybe even farther to be honest, and I'm not the best. And I zoomed in real quick, and I'm pulling back. But at some points the frames do drop and stuff, but I'm not the best at that. Now about right here, I'm about to try to attempt a flip, and I succeeded. But right here is where the drone dies, and I have to get my new battery. So if you do flips, it does kill the battery pretty crazy. So you have to be careful on how many flips you're doing and where you're doing them at. So once my drone died, I decided to switch to my my screen recorder just to show you, I didn't really press anything, but just to show you what it would look like on my end if you guys were flying the drone. And as you can see in this one, it shows you a lot better. I don't know why, but on how choppy it is. I do fall here, crash into the bushes, but we're cool and I get back up. I tried setting it down, didn't think, put it right back in grass, but moved it and we took right off. And if it is windy in your area, I'm pretty sure I do mention this. It's gonna be really rough to fly. You just have to make sure you're not around any cars because they'll just take off, and you're gonna get scared thinking you're gonna hit something. But overall, not too bad. So right here You see, recording did not switch. I attempted to press the camera button to switch to the dual camera, but while you're recording, you cannot switch to the second camera. And that's kind of a bummer. I mean, I guess that makes sense, but I expected they would have thought of something like that so you can switch and still record and get different angles. But I mean, for what it is, yeah, I guess you can't complain. But I was kind of disappointed about that. Just to remind you guys, this is the screen recording so you don't get confused. But I did add a little extra, just a little spin in there, just to show you guys, I guess, you know. We're back. We're gonna continue with this testing. It died on us when we were in between the flips. So let's continue this. Well, see what happens here. I'll flip it the other way just to keep it simple. Alright, now we're back up into the air. Normally the battery life is roughly 15 minutes. Sometimes it can get cut short depending what you're doing. But I've been getting 15-minute battery life out of each of them. I guess it just depends how crazy you're running it. Alright, let's try to do this flip again. And the flips do kill the battery like a lot. Practice is using all of its energy. There we go, there's a flip. That was one. That's to the right. I'll get to the left. That's to the left. Doubt you guys can even tell. See if they'll let us go back and come back. But it didn't this time. I'm gonna try to go frontwards. It did whenever I was not recording, but you know how that always goes. There we go. I went frontwards. It didn't go backwards, but I went to the front. Let me try back at this time. Okay, I went backwards. Ooh, and that was close. That was close. I wasn't even recording on the actual drone itself, but that's fine. I got that screen recording, so we'll see how that works. See how that looks. I'll just take it far again, and we'll just see how long it goes until it like cuts out. I'm not the best yet at like looking at the camera. My old drone, I was really good at that, but this one is a little rough. It's a little more sensitive, especially with that wind pickup. But overall, not too bad. Sometimes it does feel like it takes like a really long time to get back to you, but that could just be me. I'm gonna pick up that speed. That's 52, and that's 53. And I'm gonna have another separate recording for you, and like showing you guys again this angle. I just wanted to get it on the actual camera, show you the footage. But overall, for being a $20 drone from TEMU, you know, not the worst. It works pretty good as long as you keep it in decent condition. You can do some pretty crazy stuff with it, you know, get your money's worth out of it. You know, especially if you're a beginning, you know, person that really wants to get into a cheap drone, don't want to spend that much. Pretty sick. Do that. Not too bad. Alright, so about right here, you're about to see me attempt to do a trick right through my play area. And actually, it goes pretty well. Well, you know, if the wind's not going crazy, I think we could do some pretty crazy tricks with this thing. It is pretty windy today. You know, it's not the worst. It's like mid, so pretty decent for flying. You just gotta watch, be careful where you're going, what you're flying at. A couple times I've almost hit a car once or twice, but you know, not the worst. We'll go up here now and get a little bit more open area. And you can take this thing pretty high. I want to say I've gone almost 100 feet with this thing. And for being a TEMU drone, that's not too bad. my old drone, I was able to get it at least 200-300. It felt like I could be capping, but it was really high. We're like in an open field, so as long as I'm careful, I'm cool. I'm not gonna go too high because I don't want to lose connectivity and then have to go chasing after something. That'll be awkward. And I can barely see as it is. I do want to change camera settings, so I'm gonna stop the recording on here just so I can switch to the second dual camera. So we'll do that now. There's that shot. No, obviously it's not gonna be the best. It's cool how it has 2 cameras though for being $20. Like that's sick and insane. And in my opinion, that's like worth it, especially for only being $20. And I don't want to go too far over because if I go too far over, then I'm on the road, and I don't want to fly over cars. I'm good. Now, obviously, you're not going to be able to see much. You're just seeing the grass right now with that underview camera. But what will you see? Oh, and the battery died. So just like that, it's already over again. Hope you enjoyed that flying portion again. That died quick, to be honest. I don't even want to say that was like 15 minutes, that one. That might have been 10 at most. Who knows? Let me flip this camera angle. All right, there we go. I could just use this to film all my videos now, just film on the camera. But hope you enjoyed that little bit of the film. It wasn't the best quality, as you can see. I think they try to say this camera is 4K, but as you can tell, it's nothing close to that. But for what you get, I mean, it's pretty awesome. Not the worst and not the best. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this small little film again, and get back to the next portion. Alright guys, sorry for making the video so long, but here's the final recap of the E88 drone. It's pretty good, not the worst for $20. What you get, So, I wanted to mention something, sorry for just getting off topic. Noticed in the comments, people are saying these are antennas. There's nothing antenna-wise on there. I know you're trying to be helpful, but these are just plastic, just to be there. Honestly, there's nothing important about them. These are just for aesthetics. Now, you are right about this. This is to hold your phone, but it's like garbo. It can hold my phone. It's just really, really sketch. You got to be careful. Next, the batteries, they're not the best. They last maybe I want to say 8 to 10 minutes tops if you get a full charge on them, and if you're not doing crazy flips and you keep it on speed 1. If you go on speed 2 or 3, nope, dead. You're pretty much gone. But last video, like I mentioned, it does come with an Android charger, a screwdriver, and it does have protection barriers for the wings if you're a newbie or just starting, or even if you get it for your kid. It's not the best. And it comes with the carrying case. So overall, I'll give this drone at least like a 7.5 out of 10. It's not the worst, it's not the best. With the features it comes with, it makes it pretty good for only $20. But honestly, if you have more money, I would go for something way better. But if you're just a kid, or just like I said, a starter in the drone field, it's a pretty good drone. Nothing to waste your money on, nothing to worry about. If it breaks, you can always buy a new one, and that's the end of that. But I hope you enjoyed this video. It's not the best, it's going to be a little longer than I expected, but if you enjoyed, please leave a like, and please comment, and please subscribe. It really helped me out a lot. But yeah, that being said, peace out.